Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here with another Make It Monday! How are you today, my friends? I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Our family went and saw the new Mr. Rogers movie, and it was amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, you really want to check it out because, oh my gosh, it was great. This week's project is part of the Stampers Showcase blog hop, and you all know how much I love the Stampers Showcase blog hop, so I'm really excited to share it with you. This month's theme is Winter Wonderland, and I'd like to think that I've captured the theme fairly well. It's inspired by that first snow of winter. Now, here in the southeast, I really don't get to see that snow very often at all. But I remember as a child being in Iowa with my mom's family, and there they really had the beautiful winter snow. And the first snow when it's freshly fallen and that late night with the moonbeams glowing down on it, oh my goodness, the sparkles like diamonds. So that's the theme that I have going on here, and I hope that I've encapsulated that a little bit. And I've put some Wink of Stella on the trees and the little pine boughs to kind of give it some of that sparkle. And I'm not sure if the camera picks it up, but that's okay. Just imagine that you see it there. Alright, so what I've used for today's project is the Winter Woods bundle. So I've used the stamp set and the In the Woods dies. I used the two tree parts right here and layered them together to give it a nice full pine tree. And then I've also used the Woodland Textures embossing folder for the background, because with a white on white card, it's very clean, very simple, very plain, but the texture from the trees just give it a little something. So it's not quite so plain, but it's just very clean and classy, and I love that. So aside from the stamp set, dies, and embossing folder, you'll need your Night of Navy ink pad. You'll need a piece of Night of Navy cardstock measuring 4 1/4 by 11 inches and scored at 5 1/2. So we're going to be doing a portrait style fold, okay? And then you're going to need 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock measuring 4 inches by 5 1/4. One of these will be for the outside that we're going to emboss, and the other is going to be for the inside, okay? And then you're going to need a scrap piece of white cardstock to die cut the 2 tree pieces. So that's the stuff that you're going to need. We'll go ahead and get started. And I have already embossed the background. Oh, and I've got a piece of glitter. See, this is why I dislike glitter. Okay, so I have a piece of 4 inch by 5 1/4 inch Whisper White cardstock, and I've already embossed it with the Woodland Textures background embossing folder. I'm going to take my Night of Navy cardstock and the other piece of 4 inch by 5 1/4 Whisper White cardstock. This one's going to be plain, and I'm going to glue it to the inside of the card. So let's just take some snail and we'll adhere that right inside the card. There we go. Now we'll take our ink, and the stamp that I'm going to use says Thinking of You This Season. It came from the Winter Woods stamp set. Let me bring it down here so I can see it just a little. There we go. Don't mind that I've chipped the nail polish off of my first finger. I was picking at it. Alright, Thinking of You This Season. There we go. Now we have all of our stamping done. Alright, now I want to take some of this Seaside Spray metallic ribbon because I love that it has that sparkle in it as well. And I'm gonna just tie it around in a knot. So you don't have to worry about making a bow. Here we go. Get out of the way, tail. Very good. Oops, I almost grabbed the wrong bit. I almost frayed it. Well, I did fray it actually, but I have enough that I can trim the end, so there we go. All right, now let's trim that edge before I make it worse. There we go. That metallic thread really can snag. All right, let's get that out of the way. Adjust that just a little bit. All right, and now we're just going to glue this onto the card base. This card is really simple. It's very pretty, but it's so easy to do. So we're just going to glue this right onto the front of the card base. Just like that. There we go. And then we'll take the 2 layers, and I want to fluff up all of these little pine boughs, the little front pieces here. Give them some fluff and texture. There we go. All right. And don't worry about it being a little too textured because we'll be able to tone it down just a little bit also. So let me put some of my dimensionals on here. And I'll put these behind it. Alright, here we go. Let me cut some of these down a little bit because they're a bit wider than I need. You actually just need them pretty thin and small for the back of this tree because we're going to tuck it behind the little boughs here. So let me put one here. There we go. One here. One here. And let me grab one more piece off of this one. I'll save that bigger piece for something else. We just want a little small pieces. We want them to hide behind our little roughed up feather spots. So, well, they're not feathers, but you know what I mean. There we go. Take the backings off. I really like the way that this tree looks layered together with the fluffed up panel and then the solid background panel. It really makes a nice texture. Okay, so individually they look like this, but then, whoops, it came off. Listen, stay here, friend. There we go. But then when we put them together, you'll line it up kind of at the top here, and then just bring it straight down, and the big one will stick out over the edges, and then this part fills up the middle, and it just makes a beautifully textured, full, lovely tree. There we go. What do you think? All right, now, of course, we need to put it onto our card base, so we're going to use some more dimensionals, and we don't have to be quite as careful with smaller pieces now as we did, so we'll just put these on the back like that. Give them a little press so they stay. You ever have that struggle with your dimensionals? They say, no, I don't want to go. Alright, here we go. We're almost done, guys. This card really is simple. Alright, and then we're just going to layer it on like that. Give it a little bit more fluff. Come here, friend. There we go. And then at this point you can put your Wink of Stella on. And I just ran a little bit on the raised part of the trees. I wasn't necessarily none too careful about it. I didn't want it to look staged per se. I just wanted some sparkle. So we'll just do that. There we go. Oops, I got a little below there, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to put a little bit on the pine boughs. This is a really simple, you know, don't be too technical about it. Just brush it on. Just brush it on. It looks more real that way. All right, there we go. Okay guys, that's it. That's all there is to it. The card is absolutely beautiful. Anyone would be thrilled to get this in the mail or hand delivered, of course. So I thank you all so much for watching today, and if you'd like to get your hands on the products, feel free to head over to my website, danasullivan.stampinup.net. I have this over on my blog for today's post, and you can follow along with our blog hop from there. I'll put the link down in the description box here below so that you can catch us there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.